Here we go with Mandalorian season 3, episode 1, or it's like chapter 17, I think, the apostate. So yeah, we got the Mandalorian back. Pretty awesome because I love the show as a big Star Wars fan. I love the show, and yeah, so let's see it back. I mean, we got like a kind of 2.5 with the Book of Boba Fett when the Mandalorian came into that show, and of course, Baby Yoda, Grogu coming back with them in that show. Yeah, I thought that was sweet to see, even though I wish that he stayed away, or I wish that him and Grogu were separated for some time. So when they like maybe come back later, or when they reunite later in the season, it would have made it more of an impact, I guess, than what we got. But hey, what we got in the Book of Boba Fett was cool, and it made the show, or made that show, even better. So yeah, Mandalorian season 3. This one started off with a little bit of an appetizer. I would say I liked it, but it was kind of more of a setup for what's to come this season. But it was still really good to see the Mandalorian come back in this, and it's pretty awesome. And yeah, and we see it start off with like a ceremony. There's like a Mandalorian ceremony. I actually thought it was a flashback to Din Djarin, maybe having his like Mandalorian Creed ceremony. So I thought, okay, is it a flashback? But this kid looks like, I would say this kid looks a little bit too white. So I was thinking, oh no, this is probably present day. So yeah, and a giant like crocodile comes in and it just tries to take out all the Mandos. I think one Mando got eaten or something like that. Did he stay eaten? Because he has armor on. I don't know. but yeah, we see the Mandos fight it. I thought it was pretty cool because that's also kind of a tease to what we're probably going to see this season with all the Mandalorians probably following Din Djarin. So that's cool. But yeah, then we see Din Djarin flying in, and that's pretty much the confirmation that this is not a flashback. But yeah, he flies in on his Naboo Star Cruiser. That's the name, right? I might have it wrong, but he flies in with Grogu to take out this giant crocodile that's messing with all the Mandos. So yeah, I thought that was cool. I kind of felt he was gonna come in and like swoop in and take this thing out. I thought, okay, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to see. But the armor is still being uptight with them because of course she's telling him you're no longer a Mandalorian. She's still uptight with him, and she won't even be thankful that he came out and saved them. I thought it was pretty cool. And of course the armor was also fighting too. But yeah, but she's like, you gotta go to Mandalore to repent for your sins or whatever. Not like that, but to give redemption. And of course Mandalore not existing anymore. But like Din Djarin wants to go into the caves of Mandalore to get like redeem himself and become a Mandalorian again, even though there are Mandalorians that have taken off their helmet, of course, like Bo-Katan and Sabine. I don't know. And then, of course, Boba Fett, too. Also, we get to see after the scene where Mando and Grogu are flying, and we see the space whales from Star Wars Rebels, known as the Purgil. I think it's Purgil. I never really like heard the name being like said, but I think it's Purgil. But yeah, but space whales. I was never too crazy about them in Star Wars Rebels. But I think it's cool that we get this little reference of them right here because I think it teases the Ahsoka series because Ahsoka is pretty much going to be kind of like a sequel series to Star Wars Rebels. So we will probably see space whales like pop up again, like knowing what we saw at the end of Star Wars Rebels. I don't go into too much in spoilers, but they played kind of a part. They played actually a pretty big part in the end of Star Wars Rebels. So yeah, but cool to see those space whales, even though wasn't too crazy about them when I watched Rebels. But yeah, then we into Navarro, and it looks good now. Navarro looks good. I mean, looks way different than what it was before in season 1. In season 2, they were fixing it up a bit. But also Grief is looking fire in that cape with the droids holding it up for him, like right behind him. I thought it was pretty cool. And he showed he's still at it. Grief, baby, Apollo Creed. It's pretty cool that like we're gonna see we have Creed later this week. So yeah, we have Carl Weathers in this episode showing he still has it when they're going against those pirates. And of course these pirates come in, led by this guy named Vane, I think like his name is, and he wants kind of like he just wants payment because he like helped out Grief Karga. Now Grief Karga is running this whole thing on Navarro. So yeah, he's pretty much what was his name? I forgot what he called himself. But he's pretty much running Navarro now and running it well. But this pirate wants his cut. This pirate wants his cut. He comes in, but yeah, like Grief showing, yeah, he still got in that little showdown, and Mando's helping him out too. And we see those pirates come in later in the episode, which I don't know what, like, are they gonna become like a recurring villain? But I'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, Mando wants IG-11 back though, because he goes to that like a little statue they made for him, or they pretty much used his parts for the statue. But yeah, he wants IG-11 back, which is pretty crazy because we go back to season 1 where he was like, I don't want IG-11 anywhere near Grogu. And now, of course, but I mean, later in the season, he kind of like he was actually crying for IG-11. But now he wants to bring IG-11 back to life, and he does. And then, of course, IG-11 goes back to his old form and tries to hunt Baby Yoda. Hunt Grogu. And I know it's Grogu. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I know it's Grogu, but I always say Baby Yoda. And there's even that part, like I almost like missed this, but there's even this part where him, like Mando and Grief are talking, and he says like his name is Grogu, and Grief says like if you say so. And I felt like that was kind of a call to people calling him Baby Yoda, but not calling him Grogu. I thought that was funny. I thought that was cool that they put that in there. And of course, Grogu spinning in that chair. I thought it was funny too. Like, there's funny moments in this. I mean, there's a funny moment where he's hugging one of the Babu Frick characters, and like Anzellans, like that. That's what they're called. But we go to the Anzellans, the Babu Frick characters. Remember Babu Frick from Rise of Skywalker? But he was cool. I didn't really care much for Rise of Skywalker, but seeing these Babu Frick creatures, the Anzellans back here, I thought it was cool. And of course, they're fixing up IG-11, and it was pretty cool. Grogu hugging one of them, thinking it's like a toy or like a baby or whatever. I thought that was awesome to see. So yeah, IG-11, we're gonna see him back in this show, I guess. So we're gonna see, like, is Taika Waititi gonna voice him again? Wait, is he directing the episode? I forget, because they announced the directors for this season. Was Taika Waititi part of it? Because yeah, we probably will see him voice IG-11. It's also gonna be interesting how Mando fixes him up, because he's definitely not gonna look the same. I mean, IG-11's head is smashed in now because the bust statue of Grief Karga was pushed on his head by that other droid. So yeah, it was it's interesting. Like, IG-11 is gonna be back, and it's gonna be pretty cool to see, because he was a pretty badass droid in the first season, especially with that speeder like scene with him and Grogu. What was also pretty awesome in this episode was the space battle with the pirates, because the pirates, of course, come back in with that dude Vane, and that space battle was pretty nice. Seeing Star Cruiser in action like that was pretty sweet. But we also meet this like a main like boss pirate named Shard, who looks pretty much like Swamp Thing. So I'm guessing this guy is gonna be he might be a recurring villain in this season, and I don't even know who's gonna be the villain this season, because it's just like, is what's his Moff Gideon gonna return? Is Moff Gideon? Because they said he got sent to like the New Republic, like a New Republic prison system, I think. So yeah, but I got a feeling he's gonna be back at some point. I don't know for this season, but who knows? We may see Giancarlo Esposito back in here. But this main boss pirate, I don't know how I feel about him yet, but I don't know. He might be a reoccurring just side villain, I guess. And then at the end of the episode, we see Bo-Katan, Mando going to Bo-Katan, just sitting on that little, I guess it's a throne or something like that. She's just sitting there, very much sad, not in a really good mood. And when he goes to talk to her, he wants to like join her, of course. And she's like telling him, you and your like little cult pretty much destroyed where we at and ditched us. And we find out that all like Bo-Katan's followers pretty much ditched her because she failed to get the Darksaber. So yeah, she tells like Din Djarin to you go lead the Mandalorians here, and I guess that's what we're gonna get in this. He's gonna go lead the Mandalorians. I mean, we saw it in the trailer too, so we have like he's gonna lead a bunch of Mandalorians. I hope Bo-Katan joins them. I don't know if like Bo-Katan's gonna be like a antagonist to him this season, but I think we got to see more of her. I hope we see more of her. I hope we see more of Katie Sackhoff in this role because she's really good in this role as Bo-Katan, both voicing her in like the Rebels and Clone Wars and coming here to the Mandalorian. So yeah, I hopefully we see definitely more of her this season, and I think we will, and we will see a lot of Mandalorians, of course, like we saw earlier in this episode. I mean, I even have the suspicion we may even see Sabine. I hope we see Sabine maybe because she's going to be in Ahsoka. I would love to see Sabine in here. So yeah, it's really setting up for what we're going to see more of this season. And that's what this episode was really about. It was like pretty much a setup. I mean, we have setup with the Mandalorians here. We have the setup of him like fixing IG-11, and we have the setup for possibly a new villain here with these space pirates, but hopefully they're not like the main antagonist for the season. So we'll see. But I like the episode, probably the least strongest of the 3 series premieres so far, because like the last series premiere with season 2, that was great. That was a great season premiere with like Timothy Olyphant as Cobb Vanth and all the Tusken Raiders, and that was great. So yeah, but this one's a good setup, and it's a solid first episode of The Mandalorian season 3. I enjoyed it, and hopefully we get some longer episodes too, because yeah, this one felt very much kind of short, especially watching The Last of Us. It's just like, man, that's like a Pedro Pascal show that's almost an hour long. This one half an hour long, so I'm sure we're gonna get some longer episodes, hopefully at least 40 minutes, but we'll see. But yeah, tell me what you thought about The Mandalorian season 3 premiere. Episode 1, Chapter 17, whatever you want to call it, The Apostate. Tell me down below. What were your thoughts? Tell me. And you can stick with this channel for more Mandalorian reviews, me talking Star Wars, me reviewing movies and all that. I'm trying to change up my content a little bit here. So we'll see. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Mando out.